Following contest scheduled for one fall.
Hello everyone, I'm Chip Studebaker here today with an exciting matchup from Immortal Championship Wrestling in Utica, New York. We are going to see the beast from the Northeast, Brute VanSlyke, take on former WWE, NXT, and Impact superstar, Madman Fulton. Feast your eyes upon the horse-powered locomotive of Hired Gun Incorporated, accompanied to the ring by one Father Derek. Over 30 years of professional wrestling experience between the two. This is going to be a crucial factor in this matchup. Will the experience win out over the pure insanity of the Madman from Toledo, Ohio? You heard ring announcer Mike Falvo say it. 450 pounds of T-bone steaks and barbell plates coming behind Brute VanSlyke. Not very often that an opponent can get into the ring and stand eye to eye with Brute VanSlyke. That's the situation we find ourselves in with Fulton, but the weight advantage is going to be a big factor. Father Derek trying to give some advice to Brute before the match, and this music is interesting. It's an interesting choice. Some 90s pop on the way out of the curtain. I think it's a psychological tactic. I have to say, I think he's trying to get into the mind of Brute, and it's working. You can see that he seems a bit confused. There he is, the main event monster himself, standing at 6'8", 280 pounds, kind of lean for a monster, but definitely going to be something that's going to play a factor. It has to. He's going to be quick. He's going to be very fast on his feet. If you've not seen him before, it's something that he's known for at his stature. Brute conferring with Father Derek now that he's got his eyes on Madman. Seems to be a crowd favorite. Seems to be enjoyed by the kids. Who wouldn't with that hairdo and that kind of energy? Really just an impressive individual. And if you know anything about Madman Fulton, you know that he runs with OVE, the likes of Sami Callihan and Jake Crist. He runs with some pretty violent individuals, and that it has to play into his style. It has to be something that influences him, coming up around such just brutal individuals that Brute VanSlyke is no stranger to. He has wrestled Jake Crist. I'm pretty sure he's wrestled Sami Callihan before, and if he hasn't, he at least has seen enough of his matches to know what he brings to the table. So that's going to play into this, of course. At least that's one person's opinion. That's my opinion. The two big men are sizing each other up. They're not going to get into anything too quickly. The bell has rung, but nobody's springing out of the corner ready to make any moves. You want to be deliberate. You want to be tactful. You want to be on top of your game. One mistake this early in the match, and it could cost you. Take a look at this. Brute VanSlyke, that was something that even surprised me. I have followed his career since day one, and I tend to forget just how quick he can be in the ring. Fulton not to be outdone, showing his agility as well. And I might have misjudged this. I thought that this was going to be a hoss fight from the beginning, but these men might show a little bit of technical wrestling prowess before they get to chopping meat. Jockeying for position in a collar and elbow tie-up. This is very important as well. You have to consider the lockup is where it all begins. It's the start of the match. If you don't have a nice, strong lockup, if you don't show that you mean business, your opponent could definitely take advantage of that insecurity. Quite an impressive physique on Madman Fulton. showing his strength. I think he has a deceptive strength about him. He definitely is stronger than he looks. These two monsters just bouncing about the ring right now, one trying to get over the other, one trying to get some sort of advantage, and we're at a stalemate. We're at a stalemate. We're at a stall. There's nothing. No advantage for either man out of the gate. This could be a good thing. A clubbing arm from Brute VanSlyke and one in return from Madman. I think I know where this is going. I think these two are just going to start pounding the hell out of each other. I think that this has devolved into a straight-up hoss fight very, very quickly. And think about this. Think about being hit this many times in a row. It has to be jarring. You have to be disoriented. Your skull is just bouncing about. You're trying to keep your bearings and trying to not be knocked to the ground and be taken advantage of. Both men still on their feet. Brute VanSlyke calling to Father Derek for something. And a chant starts for Madman Fulton. Brute seems to be almost in. Is he questioning Fulton? Is he poking the bear? Is he? I don't want to say that he's making fun of him, but he's challenging him. He's asking him, "Do you think that you're big and bad?"
Yes. Number two.
Father Derek producing the chairs from under the ring. So these two giant men, can take a seat. And maybe they're going to talk this out. Maybe everything's going to work out. This will be a draw. Everybody will leave happy. They'll take a trip down to the road, maybe to an iron skillet or a Waffle House or something, and they'll split a meal, they'll break bread, and they'll put all their differences beside them. Wouldn't be the outcome that I would expect, but oh, okay, all right. This is a different avenue. This is something that I guess I should have expected, and if you can hear the sound of these shots ringing out in Utica, New York, you know that this is not a joke. These two men did not come for, they didn't come just for the payday. They came to prove something. They came for a fight. Shot to the gut from Fulton, ducks the clothesline. Over the top rope by Brute VanSlyke, and Fulton is down to the outside. The first time that one of these men has been on their back in this match. The Madman trying to regain his composure. Sweeping the leg of Brute VanSlyke, and he's going to bring him to the outside as well. A hoss fight by anyone's definition. Just blow after blow raining down from the Madman. He's going to take to the apron. Try to seize the advantage, but it seems that he's been caught by Brute VanSlyke. Onto the apron with the claw slam. A tribute to Killer Kowalski, a little-known fact, or maybe a well-known fact, depending on what circles you're traveling in. Killer Kowalski, the legendary professional wrestler, considered the wrestling grandpa of Brute VanSlyke because of the lineage of his trainer, who was directly trained by Killer Kowalski, who has trained many a legend in professional wrestling, and right there you saw it. The Madman was tricked. He tried to duck the shot and stepped right into it. That is it, the six-shooter DDT, but it could not put the Fulton away.
We still got a lot. We still got a lot left in our arsenal. We got him.
The six-shooter DDT, a signature move of Brute VanSlyke, something shades of Cactus Jack. I think everybody can see the correlations because Brute is somebody who is a glutton for punishment. Check it out right there, raking the eyes of Fulton, just trying to cause him as much pain as humanly possible.
Angry right now, Mr. Fulton.
Referee Sideburns breaking it up, getting it out of the ropes, and Father Derek taking a cheap shot. I didn't expect to see such nefarious tactics, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Whatever advantage can be had in this matchup, it's going to be pulled out. All of the stops, there's not going to be any stone left unturned, and another gigantic chop from Brute VanSlyke. Fulton has to be feeling this by now. We're into this match quite a few minutes. We're at a point where this fatigue is going to set in because they are hitting each other as hard as they can. A crushing blow, another one to the chest of Fulton, and I think it's very important to point out the fact that often you hear a very loud snap with a chop, but it is the sickening thud of a chop that indicates a much harder, meatier punch, a much different impact on the human body when you hear a lower register sound. Yes, the impressive snap of a chop is something that rings out in an arena, but that thud cannot be overstated. And check this out, Brute putting the boot on the neck of Fulton, choking him on the bottom rope. At this point, Sideburns, the referee, is trying to get some control, but Brute, he doesn't care anymore. It's very obvious that he is just trying to win this fight. Letting the turnbuckle do its job, letting it be a hard, stationary piece to drive somebody's spine into. And think about it, the spine is the nerve center of the body. There are so many different ways that could go wrong. Fulton's still plenty of fight left in him, still got some piss and vinegar in him, quite frankly. Let's just be honest. Let's cut to the meat and potatoes of the matter. The man they call him a madman for a reason, because he does not back down. And check this out, a big clothesline from the apron, showing off some of that agility just a few moments ago. Madman Fulton stepping up to the top. This could be a risky endeavor. High rent district crossbody, and he connects absolutely beautifully. This could be a difference maker, big time. A kick out at 2 by Brute VanSlyke. Father Derek definitely, I can see the furrow of his brow. I can see him sweating on the outside, using that hired gun ink towel to wipe basically what has become flop sweat. He's nervous. He is worried that this isn't going to go the way that he hopes. Fulton getting the crowd behind him. He's starting to see his second win. He's starting to push through the pain, to step out of the fact that he's just had the hell beaten out of him for several minutes, and now here we go. Brute VanSlyke sidesteps it, and a big release German suplex. Right back to his feet, very impressive. And a big slam from the Brute. Fulton is down. I might have misjudged this. Fulton was starting to start. He was starting to make a comeback. He was starting to turn the corner on Brute VanSlyke, but I'm not sure with Brute heading to the rope. But oh no. And this is that power, that deceptive power that I was talking about, able to powerbomb Brute VanSlyke from the second rope. And a big iron lariat in return. The Giants are on their back. I repeat, both men are on their back, and this has stalled. We are at a standoff, as they say. Sideburns making the count. Both men showing signs of life, but not quick to get to their feet like they were just a few minutes ago. You can tell that this fight has taken a lot out of both competitors. And Father Derek trying to rally Brute, trying to get in his ear and say, this is what you want, this is what you need. If you put down the main event monster, the payday will be great, and that is what Hired Gun Inc. is all about, Daddy. It's all about the money and the miles, but the madman is not backing down. He's also to his feet. A big shot from Fulton. And you can tell that that one rattled Brute VanSlyke. He had to take pause. He had to catch his breath on that one because every ounce that Fulton has left was behind it. Fulton trying to lift the Brute. Not something that I would advise for anyone. And here's that claw. Here's that Kowalski claw slam. Here it goes. A reversal by Fulton. Can you believe it? The madman has lifted the beast from the northeast, the horse-powered locomotive. Have you ever seen a human being lift a train car? I doubt it, but you have seen it here today, folks. Madman stepping up to the high-rent district. Here he is with a giant elbow. This could be it. Signed, sealed, delivered. There it is. Madman Fulton steps out of this contest your winner. Not to be outdone, though. Brute VanSlyke put up one hell of a fight. What an impressive display from these two giants. Not often will you see such heart, such passion for the professional wrestling business. Madman Fulton calls himself an absolute professional wrestler, and that is not a misnomer by any means. He showed that in this contest here. Father Derek tending to Brute VanSlyke. Trying to help him understand just where you went wrong, but they will live to fight another day. Hired Gun Inc. will continue to be open for business, and business is forever booming in those parts of the woods. Father Derek and Brute VanSlyke gonna head off into the sunset, maybe get themselves a steak, and regroup. Immortal Championship Wrestling fans showing their appreciation in Utica, New York for the contest that they saw, something that you will not see anywhere else. One more time for the beast from the northeast, Brute VanSlyke. I'm Chip Studebaker. It has been an absolute pleasure. You have been A1, A+.